Hello everyone, welcome back to more chess, playing 1510 as white against Mustafa CTC. I went and looked at Opening Tree, which is a site you can do this, right? A site you can use to look up like how a player usually plays. It'll show you like the entire tree of all moves that have ever occurred in that player's games, and you can explore them however you like. And this is not good, right? Is it good? The knight's in the way. No, then they do this. And this leaves my knight hanging. Okay. Anyway, I looked up my own games as white, and I found that 100% of the time I have always pushed e4 first move. There's never been a time that I experimented with d4 or anything else. Um, so that's interesting. And I found other things out, of course, as well. Maybe we just go here to defend. They're threatening this and then this. This is the obvious approach. You could play queen here, maybe. Um, Knight here is technically defending, but easily knocked away and would be awful. Yeah, okay, we'll just do this. It's a nice move to have in anyway. Anyway, it's kind of funny. I followed the main line for a while of like e4, e5, here, here. I think bishop here was next. No, I don't remember. I don't remember what the next mainline move was. But anyway, at some point it was like, this position has occurred 3 times. Twice you castled and lost, and the other time you tried some other wacky move and happened to win. Anyway, so that was kind of fun, but not ultimately that productive. We could just go for this, but then I think they might be willing to take anyway. Let's just get the... Well, let's just castle, I guess. Sure. I seem to have, like, I don't know. I was trying to debug the music that I have playing for myself here. It's, I use like Google Play Music. I know Spotify is more popular, but I used Pandora for a long time, but I eventually switched away from that. Um, and for some reason, it's been playing every single song from a particular artist now. I wasn't even aware there was a way to get it to do that. Maybe I meant to make it play an album and I played an artist instead. I don't know. What is the threat here? I mean, I can do this, but I don't really like getting my pawns split up like that. I think this is fine. I don't know really what they're threatening. We could try to pin this knight to the queen, but I don't think that's very productive. Well, I might try to save my bishop move in a way so that I can maybe do this all at once if they move the queen. I don't know. That's probably too greedy. We'll just go here. Straightforward. Anyway, I mean, I like the artist, but this isn't how it usually behaves. Now, attack the bishop, and then what? It also provides a slot for my bishop to do something like here, maybe? Oh, this guy's provisional, rated 1318, but with a question mark, so we really have no idea. I think I'd like to try getting a knight here. It discovers this, but that's, I don't know, I like this bishop. I don't want to trade it for their kind of questionable bishop. So is there something like this? Right. Then they back up. I can attack, but they can go here. And I don't really think my knight wants to be over there, so this is not a promising development. We could go here first. But then this arrives. And I don't end up winning the bishop anyway. So that's not so great. Ugh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, there doesn't seem to be anything particularly pressing going on in this position. Let's just throw a knight in there. Develop the queen. Rather than the knight going back here where he's not very happy. Like, I guess I should be attacking on the king side somehow. Don't really know how. All the way back? Or just to here? Probably just to here is fine. What are they going to do? This? I guess maybe, yeah, actually. Okay, so all the way back then. We're at least keeping an eye on the king side. And this knight. Right, it means they're not so excited to knock him away. So they might want something like, you know, a knight move here, discovering this attack. Takes... I don't know. I think that would work out pretty... It like, wouldn't be terribly bad or terribly great. Maybe I can go, like, do I want some kind of pawn break? What about this? It makes this a lot stronger for them because I can no longer support it with a pawn. Here? That's an idea. If takes... I guess I don't really have a good way to win the pawn back. Well, I don't know, a bishop move and then the rook attacks it, but... It's just like, I don't know. We've all just made a bunch of normal moves and I don't know what to do now. Nothing weird happened. That's how I usually win games. Something weird happens, right? There's this, but then here... Let's try to get more pawns on dark squares. Maybe that's a useful way to make progress. Just because I have this light square bishop. And we both have light square bishops, and so we both want dark square pawns. I don't know specifically what this is achieving, but maybe it provides ammunition for this, or who knows what. It supports this square, so they can't just jump in anymore. I could try making a flight square at some point, I guess. This would be another reasonable way to do something. Where's he headed? What about this? He could go back, I guess. But then I get a pawn break. And if he doesn't go back, I can take him. What if instead pawn takes? Grab the knight first. Okay. Knight takes? Take. I like this idea. It lets me open up this file for me to operate on, and that's their most backward pawn. Okay, so they're attacking. Oh, they're defending the knight. I didn't notice this. That's cool. But isn't he out of squares now? Can't I trade push? He needed this as his escape square, I think. Oh wow, they actually. Oh right, they had to take with pawn because the queen was busy defending the knight. So we get this as well. I didn't even notice that. Now look at what we have. It's beautiful, huh? I mean, I think I can just run away with the bishop and be pretty happy. I lose this pawn if I try that, I guess. What if I take, and then run away? I'm losing my center, but I think it should be okay. And we have a battle for this pawn. My queen is a bit more advanced, so I could try supporting her, supporting the pawn some more this way. Or not supporting, attacking, the opposite kind of. Yeah, I mean, this is a nuisance. But I don't think my knight would be so unhappy over here, would he? Maybe he would. If here, he doesn't have many squares to go to. If they defend this square and then attack him, he would be in trouble. I could go here and, you know, loosen the attack on this pawn. I'd prefer to avoid that if I can. I mean, a knight over here is sort of threatening to the king. I guess I could come all the way back here. Cutting off this rook is not great. Yeah, I think that's pretty bad. I think we just give up for the moment on winning this pawn. I'm gonna have to deal with this structure for a while, but it means they're kind of busy defending, so it's not the end of the world. And I can like pile up an attacker and then get out of there with the knight. What is this trying to do? Push doesn't really accomplish anything. I would say it's actively bad. So it must be that she's trying to get to one of these squares. I guess this one. That would be a fun idea, wouldn't it? Launch the F-pawn. If they want to take en passant, like, fine. I'll just capture actually with the knight. I guess the other thing I could do would be challenge this a little bit more directly. But then they can actually push, and I have to move the queen because this is undefended all of a sudden. I guess I could do that anyway. Here, push. Hmm. Yeah, I think they want queen here. The knight is a little bit unstable at the moment. This stops that, but then they get here. Let's just get the knight to safety now. Sure. Renewing the threat on this pawn. Yeah, so here they come. I don't think their pieces can do anything bad to me here, and all this stuff is nothing. So I think I'll just pile up on the pawn. Okay. Now I could go up here, and then here, and then here, and really work on that pawn, but I think that's a bit misguided. What about this? There's a lot of places the queen can go and still defend the pawn, so it's not like the end of the world for them or anything. This, though, that actually attacks again immediately. Is this bad somehow? I don't think so. Although, this attack might mean that this guy is not really attacking yet. Here? I don't have enough attackers to go in for it, so I would have to get out of the way. And then maybe run into some issues. Hmm. Now they can't push, though, because the knight's there. Yeah, let's go for this. This pawn is a big asset that I would like to depreciate. Um, I think they should probably capture because it weakens my king. Yeah, maybe this was actually a bad idea. I didn't think about how much it would weaken my king if they do this. I was thinking they would let me go here, but suddenly I'm not very safe at all. I don't know. They actually don't have any checks just yet, even after that capture. Attacking the knight, but who cares? I mean, it's taking an open file, but this is my chance to get this resolved in a less dangerous manner. This seems good, but I'm not sure. There might be some trick. Pawn push is not so appealing, I think. For them. Like it does save the pawn, but okay. But I think I can come back here. Or can I just take? No. Well, if I go here, they can push again. Yeah, that doesn't really work. But this is okay, I think. It blunts this rook a bit. Well, they're just gonna push anyway, huh? I mean, it's definitely a nuisance of a pawn, that's for sure. Oh, this knight is in danger. I see. But here? Right, he's attacked twice, so... Yeah, I think what are they going to do about knight here? I have 3 attackers. There's only 2 defenders. The knight seems safe enough. I don't think my king's in danger. Bishop's undefended. Why don't I just take this? There's a checkmate threat here. My king is not as safe as he looked. I see. I think this is fine. Check and give back the piece for a pawn if I wanted. Doesn't really accomplish anything, though. I'm worried if I go here, they pile up, and then I can't really extricate the bishop anymore. Why don't I just go here and at least be doing something useful? I don't know, I guess this is sort of useful. What about this? Would I be willing to give away some material? I don't think so. This is just terrifying. I hate their bishop. Ugh. Am I dead? I'm not dead. But it really sucks. Because I can't move the queen. I need a piece trained here. Or, I mean, I could come over this way? I should have been paying attention to this for longer. I didn't realize that that was this big threat. That I've just been, like, accidentally holding off for a while. I think here is the best I can come up with that hangs on. No, that doesn't hang on to anything. This rook comes in. So I need to just let them take and then come up. I can force them to do it now by stepping over with the king. Okay. Hmm. But here? Yeah. Actually, I guess it has to be here, right? Oh, and then this. Oh, you can just go there, huh? Who knew? Okay. Oh, and then I'm dead. All right. Here, here. Ugh. Yeah, the bishop was so far away. You know, I still don't spot those things all the time. So how soon was like how long was this a problem? As soon as that move was made, they were threatening this. And I wonder, I mean, I don't know. I guess this just loses the bishop basically for nothing. It interrupts this, but man. I just couldn't get to this guy at all. I wonder if there were ever any fun attacks like this. King takes queen here. I don't think this really does anything. See, but I'm very winning here. Apparently it's only bishop a2 where I finally gave it away. I should have gone here. To keep an eye on this square. Yes, I didn't understand the importance of this square. If I just keep an eye on this, they can't actually deflect my queen from her duty. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do after that. Yeah, I don't know. I had the idea of my bishop eyeing up their king, but I didn't consider that theirs is eyeing up mine and what to do about that. I don't know. If I had realized this threat, would I have considered the importance of this square? Maybe. And then maybe, maybe I would say, oh yeah, could they deflect the queen somehow? Yeah, this would do it. And therefore I need to keep watching that, but all right. Well, 5 inaccuracies, huh? It's kind of a lot. But apparently not enough to, like, really hurt me. It was just, well, okay, this one was kind of bad. +8. There's something juicy here. I just don't know what it is. Why not just take this? Well, because it's attacked 3 times and defended 3 times, right? So that doesn't work. I don't know. Nothing really leaps out at me here. This and then push was scary. I guess the problem maybe is that they can't push right now because if they do, I have knight takes, and then they've deprived themselves of an attacker and given me one, right? And so the math suddenly works out in my favor, and I don't want them to push because of this threat. So maybe just no knight move. But what do I do instead? It all looks so like immensely locked up. This and try threatening some stuff over here? Doesn't seem like anything. What I want to do is get the queens off. Apparently I can do more than that. I can like win a rook at least or something like that. That's what this suggests to me. The knight's attacked twice. But it's defended twice. So he doesn't have to go anywhere. I could just make some improving move like this. But I don't think that's gonna give me this +8. I can play like queen here as my attempt to get the queens off, but then this, right? Queen here hangs on to the knight and this threat and attacks the queen, who now has to leave this diagonal, I guess. That's something. I don't think any of these ideas are right. Rook here. I thought of this. Ah, they can't take this. The knight is hanging. No, it's not. Right. They could now push if they wanted. The pawn's defended twice and attacked twice, so it would be fine. But I would pick up the queen. So this chases the queen super far away. Look at all the squares in this area that we're controlling. Right, all of these are controlled by me and not even defended at all by them, so any piece could take it. This is controlled by the pawn, this by the king, this by my queen, all this by the rook. And so the only places she could go are these. Now, these two do look a little bit scary. But it lets me get my rook up here, I guess, to defend the threat on g2 without needing to devote the queen, perhaps? And also, I guess, these two are not so great because knight can come in and attack them. Also attacking the pawn. The queen has to go pretty far away. I see. Yeah, so it's saying these are the best two. And if you had to, you could go here. Actually, it says this might be best. They're all kind of close. Actually, let's suppose they go here and we have this going on. Ah, you can attack the bishop, having improved your rook a bit. And of course it backs up. I don't really understand these suggestions. Here to defend f2? Ah. An additional point of coming up here is that there's like this X-ray coordination, maybe? Not sure. So it says rook f1. And a line that's strongly considering for them is just like trade rooks, which would make me thrilled. Now improve. Threatening to get here, maybe? My queen's doing heavy duty as a defender, but it seems to be working out. Oh, we're not just threatening to improve, we're threatening this. I guess that's why it's telling the king to move, huh? Why is this even playable? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe the queen's in some danger anyway? Apparently she is. I don't know. Okay. And then on this one, we needed to back up to here and watch that square. Yeah. I need to pay more attention to, I guess in this case it was G2. All right. I mean, I'm glad at least that I spotted my opportunity here. Right? I made this pawn push, which was like fine. Oops. Ugh. What's it suggesting here, by the way? Since the pawn push is okay. Where's this one? Not sure why. It stops knight here. So there's a lot of moves that seem reasonable. It says this is one of them. Okay. And they went in for this. And it doesn't say this was like some huge idea. Oh, right. This isn't the big idea. It was that there's a threat coming that they didn't respond to in time. And this is the only move. Apparently b4 is not the only move, although it is the best move by a fair margin. I guess the knight is trapped. You don't have to take him now. But, like, if I do something else, mightn't they free up a square for the knight? Yeah, I mean, what? Or if I do this? Like, suppose here. Okay, that's aggressive. Forget your stupid knight. We're going in for your king, apparently. Threatening this. Interesting. But it seems straightforward to just win the knight. And I'm glad I found that, like, 2 or 3 move sequence. It says just back up with the bishop, huh? And before this, it says, forget about this pawn. Just go for the king. It ended up like, I don't know, I took this material, and then I started having trouble because it opened up this file. Yeah. So that's why taking here is bad. I think. Like, they don't want to take here because it opens this up. But, like, I don't want to lose a pawn. It doesn't seem like it should be necessary. And even if they don't take, this might be annoying for me. So I don't really understand the transformation that led to me suddenly like fighting for my life for these with from these 2 pawns. Oh, really? It says this is good. Why not here? It lets me improve my rook, I guess. Gives me another file to make counterattacks on or something. Yeah, activate this rook. That's nice. It actually says, like, just go ahead and trade bishop and queen for rook and rook, I guess. Fine, make this with check. Oh, and pick up the bishop without having to move a pawn. That's nice. Well, actually, it wants to take with the pawn anyway. Okay, sure. Contest this guy, maybe? I don't know. I feel like this game ended up being decided by the center getting opened up and me not being ready for it. I mean, okay, yes, I blundered in the end, but it was a pretty delicate position. Um, okay, maybe it was also decided by me not noticing this until it was too late. But I wouldn't have had all these problems if I had just, like, I don't know, done something safer somehow. Like, yeah, I mean, I can just go here. It's fine. Defend the pawn. Takes, the queen's defended. I think I didn't notice that the queen was defended, and I thought that I wouldn't be able to recapture because the queen would fall. But the knight here actually makes this fine. And that this would simplify things tremendously. Just up most of a minor piece here. And they have this open king, and I'm rock solid. No diagonal coordination because the queen's gone. So I feel like if I had understood what was going on here, the consequences of capturing this pawn, that's what I would have made this game easy to win. So how should I understand this pawn transformation? Opening up this file, yeah, I get it, and perhaps this one. But also, I guess this allows them to trade off my only center pawn while maintaining a very powerful pawn duo, this connected passer, right? Yeah, maybe that's even a simple way to think about it, is I made a connected passer. And if I back up here, in order to take, they have to disconnect. And they also don't even get a passer. Yeah, okay. Well, things to think about, I guess. No guarantees I'll spot it next game, as usual. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.